Manish, Mr. Ranjeet, Anka Kapoor Madam and other senior members and dear friends. Friends, today's topic is very important for our profession. The entire secretarial audit, it was a dream of ICSI. It was a dream of every councillor and every past president and the present president that we should start secretarial audit. The concept was going on, I think 15 years back, when the concept of secretarial audit was introduced in ICSI and we all were working that secretarial audit should start. And friends, now the dream has come true. And I just recall, there was a meeting with Chartered Accountant Institute, and there was one person member. He was very obsessed with the word audit, and he was thinking that audit is only connected with the statutory audit. And always when the secretarial audit or audit by company secretary, they were opposing that audit is our area, it should not go to any other profession. Now after some time, after this struggle, communication with so many frauds has taken place in India, now this concept has come through now. Friends, what I am doing, I am dividing my session into two parts. One part is, because this is the area where you have to start, so how you can start, this is one part as my experience and how to do it, because there are so many people who are starting this work first time, so many people, those who are starting work in a different manner. So second part I will cover, and I have certain views which may be different from ICSI. But that is a view which I have to communicate to all of you, and I request ICSI to concentrate on this part also. Friends, first of all, there are two things which, because I have attended some of the programs, and believe me, what I am talking to you, it's not that I am this side and you are that side and the student is the other side. It's a combined effort. It's a collaborative effort which we have to do. This is an opportunity which we are getting first time. And I am of the I am always advocating this issue. Those who are here, who have attended my SMPB program, my lecture in ICSI forum, I always advocating that we are not company law secretary, we are company secretaries. And I was always giving an example that we are learning 100 laws. Then why we are focusing only on company law? And company law, that portion which is only in company law also, we are not focusing entire company law. We are focusing procedural part. So if company law is 100%, procedural part is 30%. So we are focusing more on procedural part. So it means we are also not focusing company law, which is our core area. Now this is the time we have to change our mindset and we have to work out in such a manner that this opportunity we should not lose out. I'll discuss and I'll give answer to all your queries, all your points which I am saying. And believe me, whatever I am saying, I am not saying for the sake of saying. I have practically implemented and I have done it. Friends, we are doing due diligence for IPO market. When companies coming for IPO, we are doing due diligence. We are doing due diligence when somebody is acquiring one company and another company. We are doing due diligence. So there are so many types of due diligence are there where you are seeing why I should buy this company. So you should also realize that what is the purpose of secretarial audit. Now, pardon me, there will be some questions which somebody may feel offended, but I am part of you. I am just raising certain points. So we can openly discuss that part. And I have told President also, and I have told other members also, that this purpose of secretarial audit must be clear in the mind of all members. First question, Is it a earning source of company secretary only? Or it's a some cultural changes in Indian compliance management system? What is your view? It is on the basis of that we should see that it's a earning process for company secretary and we should make our all plan, limits, fees and everything, or this is a change in the Indian compliance management system. It is a part. So that's why I had a discussion with the President and I was telling, you plan accordingly and make it a point, this is not one-day job. This is a job for future. This is a job where the company secretary's profile will change drastically. This is an area where our valuation will go and enhance unlimited. Only thing is, we have to just understand this concept, work out, don't read between the lines. Read whatever available there. Now, I attended President program, registration program, and I was there, I was seeing the members were talking, fees kya hoga, limit kya hoga, हमें ये करना है, हमें वो नहीं करना. That is absolutely right, you can ask. But when you are starting something, there are 4 or 5 things. One is how to do it. This is one question. What preparation we have to create? What knowledge base we have to create? How much we have to devote time? Mean how much things you have to do? What fees we should charge on the basis of our efforts? What should be the limit, whether I can do 10, 20, 30 or I have a limited exposure, limited team and other things. Then quality. Because this quality will give, like President was just mentioning, we are talking about the private limited company. And no doubt they are talking. But question is whether you are successful in this affair. So you are asking this. So we have to be successful in this. This work will not be finalized on the basis of your limit, your fees or other things. This work will be given to you and your expansion and expand will take place only on one issue, that you are given quality. And quality is also not an issue, that you are changing Indian culture of compliance management. For that, you have to communicate to the industry that this is not the area of just one certificate and you are doing formality. It is a certificate, it is an audit for your benefit, and that benefit we have to communicate to industry. Institute should also do that part. There should be advocacy that this is the work where how things will change in India. These are the 4 or 5 things, they are the primary things. Your fees, your limit, your things is a secondary issue. Today we are focusing more on this part. That is not correct. It is not for one day. And now one more thing, which I am seeing. Everybody is thinking, सारा audit इसी साल करना है, इसी 10 दिन में करना है, सारी knowledge मुझे आज लानी है. It's a long drawn process for years to come. We have to make a plan accordingly. ICSI, members and industry. Industry means the company secretary working in the industry. All 3 has an important role. How to do it? What are my issues related to this? Some controversial issue I discussed at last. But now I am starting with that why this secretarial audit, how you can start, and believe me, it's not something which is hawa. Which people are thinking, kahan se start karu, kaise start karu, kidhar se. It is not just see my presentation. There is a systematic thing. Something which is missing. This can cover 80% of your secretarial issue, 20% issue, which law, what law, which, how much, how depth we have to go, that we can discuss. So now this is one part, and one more thing. We have a cake, and I was always saying, if you are focusing on companies, secretarial practice, then cake is small, because more and more people are coming. Now this cake, it is not a cake, it's a cake shop, where anybody can enter, anybody can eat anything, It is giving new dimension, new opportunity and new process. So opportunity is not leaving you. Opportunity is not where you have to grab today. Opportunity is for years to come. Just focus on qualitative things. Now, secretarial audit, introduction and objective. Objective is compliance of all applicable laws, adequacy of system and process to manage compliance of all applicable laws by an independent professional. Now these are the two things I have divided into two parts. One is you have to do, second is the company has to do. And it's a combination of companies and company secretary both have to do. Now I heard from a members that they were saying system and procedure we have to manage, we have to make. It is not correct. System and procedure has to be managed by the company. System and procedure has to be created by the companies. You are going there, you are seeing it. And one more thing. Do you think all these companies which are listed, I'm just taking because majority listed companies are there, as per clause 29, in 2003 they have changed and they mentioned all applicable laws certificate has to be given by the managing director to the company. So do you think all these companies are not managing their compliance? If laws are there, it is only those companies which are not listed that will cover here. So only 4,500 companies are covered, otherwise 5,000 listed companies was already covered in this. So they were doing this. So that way, understand the system procedure and all applicable laws part. Now what are the objects? Protect the interest. Now this is very important. Don't go and don't say your fees, your efforts is a backdoor process. When you are saying that I am doing secretarial audit, then you highlight these objects. And I request Institute also make a brochure. Make a brochure of secretarial audit where you should say that these are the advantages of secretarial audit, how it can be helpful to industry, how it helpful to the company investors, and then they should say this audit is by practicing company secretary. Fees, time, other things is not required to mention. Just communicate this. So it's protect the interests of society and stakeholders. It helps investor taking informed decisions because tomorrow your report will be a part of director's report. And your comments will also be seen by the investor will see, any other person who wants to enter the company, they will see. Then reduce the burden of regulator for ensuring compliance. Now this is another angle which we can communicate to the regulator to expand our limit. Now in place of only this listed company and the high company, they can talk about the other companies also. When you can say that by doing this, regulator role is reduced and they have to check qualitative things. Then to facilitate industry in complying with all laws, you have to communicate what are the advantages of doing this. Provide level and confidence to board of directors. Now I am on the board of some government, some private companies as an independent director. We have told categorically to the company that we want all compliances. We don't want any responsibility on our head. And whatever cost is there, we have to do. And same thing happening across the country's board. Nobody is joining board. They are joining board on the basis of understanding the company, that the company has full system, full process and no hanky-panky. So this will help you and this will help the board of directors also to realize that yes, secretarial audit is there, then this will help you. Strengthen the image and goodwill of the company. If your compliance level is good, the things will come. Now here, some companies are asking, मैं audit तो कराऊंगा पर मुझे zero defect report चाहिए. Can you give this? Answer is no. So what you can do, now this is, one is, he is asking this and you are saying no. But you have to work out in middle part. Middle part is, sir, I will bring out all information, all negative points on the table and I will suggest how to rectify this. And then you can move on. So your work is also over, but something which is not in a position to change, that I will do. So he will get confidence. Make it a part. Don't work as a practicing company secretary, as a secretarial auditor, like with 36 process. कि मैं जो बोल रहा हूँ और आप कुछ अलग बोल रहे हो, you have to do work with a combination. Then come to secretarial audit is effective compliance risk management and governance tool, because governance process is identified with this. And it's a real, if you want to check the governance of the company, you can realize this. And then various other things. Now, some advantages of secretarial audit is first thing. That was the point where easy quantifying risk. You can judge how much risk is there. Now, one more point. That also you as a secretarial audit must see. There are three types of violation. One is violation related to imprisonment, violation related to high penalty, and violation related to just you have to comply, you have not complied. Must focus on first and two. First and second. Third is also required, but sometimes what is happening, only focusing on other part, we are focusing more on third part. Third part is a non-compliance where you have to pay less penalty, there is no effect. If you delay something, some interest will be there. So you please focus on the first and second part. Then establish risk appetite, because this process, company can understand what are the risks. If there is A grade risk, B grade risk or C grade risk. Identify and prioritize control. So you have to see where imprisonment process is there, more control system should be. Then multitude of compliance obligations, because so many people are doing compliance, various people have to do, various departments have to do. So you have to work out and bring it in a structured format. Building strong foundation, extend confidence to investor and event director management, giving competitive edge, that is also very important, because if your compliance level is better than other company, then it will helpful to you. Good compliance system lead to excellence in operation. So that is another aspect which you have to do. Now, type of audit. Now there are three types of audit. One is statutory, four types: statutory audit, internal audit, cost audit, and now the new audit, that's the secretarial audit. And the secretarial audit, I'm just leading in between part, the review of proper compliance management system in the company, and audit of compliance of all applicable laws of all the company. This you have to do. Other audit, statutory audit, cost audit, internal audit, they have their different focus, different part. This part is compliance. So some issue is what chartered accountant is doing. Company secretary has to do something. The answer is chartered accountant or the secretary or the statutory auditor, he will do all compliances, all work related to the accounting, the taxation, the balance sheet part. But whether balance sheet is filed or not, whether tax is filed, you have deposited or not, that is a part of compliance which statutory auditor is not checking, because he suggests and then company has to do. But you have to do that work also. Now, begin the new era of secretarial audit. This is new concept, new Companies Act. Now, the multiple pencil, multiple color is indicating that there are so many new things that come, and that you have to take advantage of this. Applicable laws, the section 204 is talking about. This is the 50 crore limit and 250 crore, and I think it's to be working out that they are including loan also, that maybe ministry after some time, they can include more, 5,000 more company can be added into this. So board in their report to explain in full any qualification or observation or other remark made by the PCS in this report. So this is another aspect. All applicable laws, they have given this. The Companies Act, SCR, which President has also mentioned. So you have to format this. Now I am just covering this part. Secretarial standard, listing agreement. Then board structure, notice, agenda, minutes and notes, and minutes. These are certain other things which you have to comment on this. Now, then you have to tell adequate system and procedure is maintained in the company or not. And then compliance of all laws, that is part of MR3, which is mentioned. Now, after doing all these things, after all discussion, all laws, the question is how to identify law and implement it. Second question comes, how to make compliance on time. How to do audit and till what extent. How deep I have to go. Now, this is one part, but if you see compliance of all applicable laws, you have to do product compliance, profile compliance, factory compliance, location-based compliance, sector-based compliance, sector, segment-based compliance, transaction-based compliance, and employee-based compliance. So these are the multiple things which are a part of this. Now, I'm just simplifying this, that when you are starting any audit, how to do it. There are 3-4 types of law. One is general law, which are applicable to all companies, whether listed, unlisted, small, big, any company. These are the law applicable. Corporate laws, including Companies Act, taxation law, industrial labor law, and property laws. These are the 4 laws which every company, small, big, listed, they require. In the industrial law, if the employees are less than 100, 10, 20, 25, 100 and 1000 more, there are some added laws are added to this. This is one part, you start from here. Second is event-based law. Now there is a possibility that company has some IPR, some patent, some trademark, some copyright, or sometimes you are violating some other, you are using some other person's name and you are violating, so that intellectual property is based on some event. Custom law, if you are doing import and export, then custom law is applicable. Foreign exchange also, if you are anything importing and exporting connected, then it is applicable. Otherwise, these are the event-based which are not applicable to all companies. If they do, then it will be applicable. Now, next is structure-based law. Now, different corporate structure. Listed company, unlisted company, public sector company. If these are the 3 types of different company, there is an additional responsibility. Listed company, SEBI law will applicable, unlisted it is not applicable. Public sector undertaking, there are CAG requirement and various other things which are required, that is applicable. Then come to sector specific. We have a manufacturing sector, we have a trading sector, we have a service sector. Now the new 4th sector has emerged, that is the e-commerce sector, which is a part of service or trading both. So this is a new sector, that's the e-commerce. So you identified whether it's a manufacturing, trading and service. Suppose you have a trading, then excise is not applicable to you. If you are doing service, service tax is applicable. Then come to segment wise. Now various segments are there, tourism, textile, IT solution, banking, and there is a specific laws applicable to these industry which is working. Then come to the state-wise law. After this, there is a state-wise law, that is a labor welfare, shop establishment and national festival holiday. So these are state-related law. Then come to geographical law. Suppose your company has a subsidiary outside India and you are doing some joint venture tie-up, then you have a both company, there you have to do Indian operation as well as international operation. Now these are the division of laws which you have to identify. Now how to do this process? The first process is draft corporate dossier. This is first fundamental question which every company secretary who is doing for either both, those who are in practice, those who are in employment, those who have to prepare the complete dossier, because I have seen you go to any company, ask them कि आपकी capital का बड़ी, they will say देख के बताता हूँ. आपके director कौन-कौन थे? They have no record of this. आपका process किस तरह से था? आपका registered office कितनी बार change हुआ? नाम कितना change हुआ? कब change हुआ? So many things. So draft corporate dossier should be there. Then ascertain all applicable laws on the company on the basis of this formula which I have just told you. Prepare draft checklist and due dates when you have to comply this. Meeting with the compliance head to finalize corporate dossier. List of all applicable laws and organizational structure for compliance purpose, because you have to ask various questions to whom you have to ask. Final due date for compliance purpose and creation of data center for undertaking the audit. And then, now this is also very important, don't go and start any audit. You ask them, you prepare a data room. Data room means all documents which you want to check, it should be in one room. Otherwise, what will happen? You are going there, file is with some other person, that paper is with some other person, you will waste your time. If data room is there, you want minutes of this particular year, you can see, you can get the registration number, you can see certificate, you can see. So data room preparation is very, very important, and it's a first part which you have to work out. And I request Institute also that they should bring out a data room checklist that what are the required documents to have in the data room so the members can take advantage and time should not be wasted. Then planning for audit program, commence audit and finding observation, meeting with compliance head and finalizing observation remark, because sometimes you are saying it's a violation, they are saying no, we have done, that paper is missing, so it can be matched. If satisfied with the reply of compliance head, remove the observation, and if not satisfied, the observation will be part of audit report, and then final audit report you have to submit. So this is another process which you have to do. Now, I am doing one case study. Now, case study, I have told so many things to you. Now, question is how to do it. So, I am starting second order of cement industry. This lamp should not be confused with RJD symbol. It's a lamp is to go and search. Now, take example of cement industry. This company is a public limited company. It is listed at BSE NSE. It is manufacturing and trading. It is exporting. 10,000 plus employees are working, and unit is located at Bhubaneswar and Rajasthan. So this is your, so anywhere you are going, this is the requirement. Now what you have to do? On the basis of general corporate information, public company, listed Companies Act, Income Tax, Security Contract Act, Depository SEBI, Listing FEMA, these are the applicable laws on this country. On the basis of sector, manufacturing and trading, national environmental policy, air pollution, environmental pollution, central excise traffic, water prevention or water pollution act. And this is some few examples I am not giving through. Okay. Then come to the on the basis of cement industry specific law, cement quality control, the mines act, the hazardous waste, the wildlife, limestone, minerals, and various other laws. And friends, don't think that all laws you know. There are 165 industries in India. 165. Different type of industries. And no one in the country, no advocate, no big firm, no company is expert in this area. So you don't confuse that जैसे ही सेक्रेटरी ऑडिट का बात आया तो 165 इंडस्ट्री का ना नॉलेज मुझे होना चाहिए. It is not required. This is a evaluation process, and institute is working for this. Okay, so this is applicable on cement industry. Then come to on the basis of because they have 10,000 employees. So all these law, PF Act, factory payment gratuity, industrial dispute, employees paid, payment wages, these are the laws applicable on labor law which are connected to more than 10,000 employees. Now this is now your company's checklist and things are ready. Tell me, is it a difficult task to do this way? Just anybody? Cement industry, I have just, if you do this, your secretarial audit report can be ready. This is the first part is how to identify law. So the process of identifying law is clear. Can we do this? Confidently, bolo bhai, audit can be because whatever I am saying, you may be doing some other way. Your system may be better than behaving. Another example of oil industry, oil and petrol. So these are the Petrol Act, Petrol Minerals Act, Explosive Act, Oil Field, Petrol Chemical. All these laws are applicable on petroleum company. So now the question is, this is a very good saying, you cannot escape the responsibility of tomorrow by evading it today. So tomorrow, audit, now this is your part. This is a part of practicing of this. What you want to do, make it a small cake or you want to make a big cake factory. So decision we have to do. So now it is responsibility and we have to do it. So we should prepare ourselves for this part. Now, secretarial audit is only responsibility of practicing company secretary. Now this is a one change which I want to communicate to all of you. There is a confusion that secretarial audit means secretarial audit by the practicing company secretary. But we are not covering the other part of company. Now, my opinion, it's a joint effort of company, compliance team, company secretary and practicing company secretary. Are you in agreement with this? Why I am saying this? You are doing compliance. You are checking compliance, but you are not doing compliance. There is a big difference which people are confusing with the compliance mean doing and checking. Doing part is the company's part and checking part is yours. Whatever they have done, you are seeing. Whatever they are managing, you are checking that they have a proper system. Now what is system and procedure? System and procedure is, I was talking to the GAIL company. They are having 23,000 compliances. Small, big and other thing which is going and they are reporting. Now this particular thing they are doing since long. So the point is, it's a joint efforts of both, practicing as well as company. Now, what are the responsibility? Role of company is timely compliance under all applicable law on the company. So you are not sending fees, form and depositing fees. It is a work of company. They are doing. Create an effective system that they are doing. Ensure that CMS is working properly, that is their responsibility. Your responsibility is you are analyzing the applicable law and then you are seeing that analyzing the CMS is perfect and you have to do the audit and give observation, reservation, qualification and remark. One more thing. There is another confusion in the minds of practicing company secretary. I have just shown to you oil industry and cement industry's applicable laws. So you are thinking that this is my responsibility to do this. Is it not? The company is already doing this. Those companies which are not, but question is that company is doing, the cement company is doing some compliances. But it is not that you just blindly what they are saying until unless you are not aware how you can check that system. So your knowledge is also required. But thinking on this part that I have to do the entire compliance and I have to create checklist that with what are the laws applicable, a company is doing. But you should know some company will be there who are not aware of all laws and they are not following this because other than listed company and some listed companies are also not following. That work you can do when you have a knowledge. So that way you have to do this part. Then compliance management system now, director responsibility statement is there. Company is already doing. So they should have a proper compliance management system where board, managing director and all the company's officers, KMP, they are responsible. So they have to create the system. Now, question is preparation for implementing compliance management system. Now this part I am covering for employee side, that how they can do. How many employee from the employee company side is sitting here? Okay, for rest of the Now, so this system you have to create. The compliance management system, compliance monitor, compliance scheduler, because there are so many compliances are there. Multiple compliances, task performance, who will do, what are the things, how to report, which are the red area that you have to work out. My presentation will be with that institute, so you can take, so I am not going in detail. But what you have to do, you have to create compliance management system, corporate dossier, questionnaire, identify process, evaluation process and compliance organization system. The corporate dossier which I told you is a company history, company business setup, board of directors, capital structure, management and administration buildup, financial and debt structure. That is the called corporate dossier, which in another way is called corporate dossier. And as a practicing company secretary, when you are going, don't believe only on company's dossier. You have a public domain, public database. You can take out these information from the ROC site, CV site, investorwatchout.com, civil data and various other information. You can see and verify whether the corporate dossier which they are giving is correct or not. Then you have to identify various applicable law, which I told you how to do it. Then this is the same thing which I just told you that which are the law, which are the things which are applicable. Yes, you do. And then further deep into this part, that we do evaluation process, that these are the applicable law, inapplicable law, which are the portion is applicable to you. And then this is a compliance organization system, because when you will discuss, you have to, because as a company, you will make who is responsible to follow this. The junior level, senior level and middle level. So that structure of compliance responsibility as a company, you have to manage. Now, question is, the process which we are talking, can we do manually? Answer is no. The compliance are so many, and I think Institute is also working on talking to some of the people, those who are having compliance management system, or that system will be helpful to all of you, and the company should follow not only the manual system, but they have to shift, because there is compliance which I am just showing to you, how the IT can work for you, because it can reduce time, it can give time to more strategic work. Once you have put in something, you have to just upgrade it, then you have to make existing database, manage multiple tasks, and use IT to shorten the process. So this particular thing, like MCA, every information is there, they are not taking any physical document, so same thing you have to follow. And now, compliance scheduler you have to create today, this week, this month, and select period. So multiple compliances are there for various period and various time. So you have to create checklist, law-wise, period-wise, put it in the system, and then you have to see the triggering date, that this is applicable on 7, this is applicable on 15, this is applicable on after 3 months, this is applicable on 31st March. So all these trigger dates you have to put it, and then automatically the trigger date is 31st March, so you can put it on 28th February or 1st March. So you can have it like in your calendar. In your mobile phone you are putting calendar, calendar is 2. One is when should I give alarm? So you have two alarms. So you can create this type of triggering system there. So all system and all compliances will be at one place. You can customize also, you can take it system from market. Now, role of company secretary in corporate compliance management. This is that it is a primary role of compliance is with company secretary. It was earlier also, and it is today also. But only thing is, previously we were doing more focus on company law related thing. Now you have to do this entire part. And this is my old slide which I have given to you. The company secretary is a coordinating with all these people, directors, board, outsider, and internal department to do the compliances. Now here some points, views about secretarial audit. Now there are some confusions which people are saying what we have to do, which at what extent we should do, and what we should do. System and procedure, everybody is right. Main corporate law 5, everybody is right. Sector specific law, Institute is saying sector specific law means oil industry law, cement industry law which I have showed and President has showed in the morning. These are the applicable. Now two confusions are there, general laws and financial laws. General law means labor law, competition law, labor law, competition, environmental law, industry law, all other applicable laws. Here people are saying this is not the company secretary's law. Financial law, because auditor and charge auditor, cost auditor, they are doing, so this is also not our law. Now, I am just coming to some main part which is very important to understand. Friends, we do DDR, due diligence report. Suppose I am giving a due diligence report to you. What will you check? I want to acquire this company. And I am saying, as a practicing company secretary, please do due diligence of this. What will you check? Will you check all these three things? Or will you check labor law also, industry law also, environmental law also, and everything also? Yes. Will you check? Then why secretarial auditor will not do? Now this is my personal view, and I am emphasizing and telling Institute that this is an opportunity, don't miss this. Now we are reading word specifically applicable to companies. Somebody sent a mail, senior company secretary, specifically mean, now he is doing, so yesterday night I was searching the meaning of specifically in the dictionary. Harvard World Dictionary I searched, and then identified what is the meaning of specifically. Specifically meaning, which was coming, that specifically is something what we are interpreting, which is not specifically of the company. This particular word is an exhaustive word. We have included everything. So now, specifically to the industry or specifically to the company. So that is, President has also made it clear that it's a company. So he says specifically to the company. So how can you escape these things? And why you want to escape this? Why you are leaving this? The labor law, the industrial law, and second is, it's a law which you are reading in your syllabus. You have studied in your syllabus. Why you want to leave this? And which company will say, you do secretarial audit, only this portion you don't do. Who will accept this? So tomorrow, people will ask. Now, this is one point which I have raised, but now I will tell you what institute should do. Friends, first of all, which I started, this is not a one-day job. Don't confuse you as a secretarial auditor, company, institute and regulator. In India, compliance regime is very poor. And you are saying all compliance should take place within 10, 15, 20 days or 1 month. It is not possible. I have suggested and I am requesting institute, give a roadmap to ministry, give a roadmap to members, and give a roadmap for 3 years. First year, what we should do? We are helping company to identify all applicable laws because companies are not aware. Second is maintain system and procedure for this part. If system and procedure is not there, entire company, they will submit observation, wrong. Third thing is, what you have to check today? You have to check whether registration is there or not, whether you are doing compliances. Compliances are of two types. One is the information and form you have to submit, regular information you have to submit. Second is payment of fees you have to give. Then delay or any violation you have done. And then any pending action, any notice you have received. These are the 4 or 5 things which you have to do initially. This is first year work. Second year work, we will go more deep into this. Third year, we will do the entire compliances. Until the time our members, our team and our people will be ready for this part. Why I am saying this? Because it's a tough, no doubt. Because it's a step. So keep going. Each step may get harder because it's a complex system. But don't stop because the view from the top is very beautiful. So think on this part and I am suggesting and create that awareness. Are in agreement that we can do entire compliance which is mentioned, which we are discussing during that period? We have 95 companies practicing firms individually. We have a limited knowledge. We have limited exposure. Now due diligence process, we have been due diligence since last 10 years. And I am really thinking that till the time we don't have procedure of what report, document we require, what checklist, when we are sending for IPO due diligence, we are sending with complete details, complete checklist which are ready. And it's not an easy job. So that's required time. That's required efforts. So in place of focusing on fees, focusing on limit, focusing on anything, like I'm saying, institute is fixing any limit. Don't fight for this. जो limit है उस पर काम तो करो. And I'll give you an example. I am on the board of one company. I'll not name because actually there's a government company. We were approving the second order. So quotation came 1 lakh 40,000, 30,000. 30,000 rupees were being audited, and it is not one in so many companies. Now just tell me what we want to do. We want to do is another compliance certificate and they will take away. The point is 30,000 में तो तुम्हारा खर्चा नहीं निकलेगा ऑफिस जाने का उस कंपनी के. But we are doing. Then I objected. I told sir why we are going for L1. They are government. This is a government company. So they told the chairman told मेरे को क्या? If you want to free, they can do free also. And then they gave you example of merchant banker, because you know merchant banker, they are doing disinvestment of government companies at 1 rupee. But you are not aware, they are not getting 1 rupee, they are not getting fees from there. They have an investment portfolio. There are people are there, those who want that invest my money, and they are getting money from portfolio management. So they are doing this. But what you are doing? जिस पेड़ पे बैठे हो उसी को काट लो. How can you do 30,000 rupees? And believe me, we have done it and we have spoiled this. Okay, we have spoiled this. Next year we should improve whatever it is. But it is not possible. I tell you, somebody asked me what is the charges? I told 5 lakh rupees, 8 lakh rupees. After some time there was a confusion, illegal or 1 lakh rupees. Now our member is doing 30,000 rupees. What we want? This is an opportunity, encash it. And encash not for the rushing. I am saying, I told you this is a cake shop. Understand this one. Rushing is always there when there is a huge competition and everybody is competent. Here competency is not there, competency has to be created. I have a 25-year experience. If you ask me, you do due diligence, I will say I can't do due diligence I require people, I require team. So that's why this portion, you just do this, limit 5, 10, all these things that is a institute prerogative, they should do. But I am suggesting institute, there are 2 things. There is an issue coming for new company secretaries, and those company secretaries, those who are working in banking, teaching, and they want to start. They don't have exposure. So put those who are in employment or those who are in practice, and they have experience, they should allow. But those who have no exposure and starting their career, they should do 7 days program compulsory for that member. It's not very tough job. And it will helpful to you. You will understand what is due diligence. I think NIC is organizing program. Everybody should go. Compare them to organize 2, 3, 4 program. They should tell what is data room, what is checklist, how to do it. And all other members, those who are senior, junior, that's not a issue. Industrial specific program they should start. And for industrial specific program, everybody who is doing oil industry, cement industry, we should make that you will undertake that work only when you will qualify or you will attend 3 days the industry specific program. You are not realizing what value creation we are creating in India in our company secretary profession. Just focus on this and do it. This is my one suggestion. Then role of ICSI. Now ICSI should create a knowledge base. Now the issue is coming that there are so many laws. I think I'll take 5-10 minutes more because this is very important. The knowledge base. Now issue is coming, there are 165 industries. How to do this? I have just now, yesterday, I have taken data from some capital market, some website, and I have passed on to the Alka madam. What we have done, we have identified all industries. In this industry, who are the company secretary on the basis of top 10 market capitalized company. The biggest company in India, we have taken the data, their company secretary name and their address, and I am requesting ICSI, send a letter to them, make a group of 10 cement companies company secretary, 10 automobile company secretaries of big companies, ask them checklist of applicable law because these people are following. And all big companies are following, they have more compliance system than what we are thinking. And then ask them that they should provide a checklist or they should make a checklist. How many company secretaries are sitting up, employee company secretaries sitting here? If institute is sending a letter to you and you are industry, will you help them or not? You will do it in our day. Yes. Because Alka madam was saying कि लोग काम करेंगे, so this way you do it. Then second is create a movement in India for company secretary. हमें कभी टाइम नहीं, कभी अपॉर्चुनिटी नहीं मिली कि हमने ना कंबाइंड सारे लोगों ने काम किया. It is an opportunity for all of you. Don't think you are a junior, senior, top class company secretary or practice company secretary. Forget all. first focus this particular 6 months, or I am just saying target 3 months. All should contribute. ये जो 10 लोगों का ग्रुप बनाया, कोई लेबर लॉ एक्सपर्ट हो उनका ग्रुप बना दो, कोई फार्मा एक्सपर्ट का ग्रुप बना दो और उनकी चेकलिस्ट वेबसाइट पे डालो और all company secretary, those who are in employment, those who are practice, should think that this is my repository and I will take for my use. And then I think that compliance certificate or the compliance checklist, it's a matter of 1 month only. And I have given my services to madam that I will help you to draft the letter and compliance collecting information. Only thing is you people have to participate in this. जिसको जो चेकलिस्ट मिलता है, जो उसने काम किया, उसको लगता है ये 2 चीजें मिसिंग है, उसको डालो. हमारी लड़ाई तो बाद में होनी है. इट्स नॉट ए कॉम्पिटिशन. हर आदमी को अपनी अपनी कंपनी का काम करना है. आई एम जस्ट टेलिंग राणा कपूर स्टेटमेंट, who is the एसोचैम चेयरमैन प्रेसिडेंट, एंड ही वाज he told एक नया कंपनी से कहा तो तुम्हारे यहाँ तो 1 लाख कंपनी सेक्रेटरी की जरूरत है. Now this is the need, this is the thinking. Now another thing, I just told that you create the specific industry-wise company secretary. Are you realizing this? What will be the impact? I have done oil industry expertise, or I have done petroleum. The 2 industries will be. You will create so many new people in that area. And one more thing which I am visualizing in the future, today due diligence is done by big law firm and big 4. You will replace them. When you are expertise in this, you are doing secretarial audit, and you have expertise in this, and make this plan that we have to replace these people by practicing company secretary or by our company secretary community to do this and make a secretarial audit is a tool for future due diligence and take away the entire work. Auditor, chartered accountant के entire taxation work was with the lawyers. Today, lawyers has 5% work, 95% work is with the chartered accountant. Make this point, and I am requesting all of you, create this as a movement. तो गांधी जी ने स्टार्ट किया अहिंसा मूवमेंट और वेरियस मूवमेंट. Let's make this movement for ICSI. And all regional council member, all people should work out that how our checklist should be the best in the world. And I don't think if all can work together, the checklist, the problem, and give the complete docket to our practicing member, whether it's a junior or senior, and he can do audit of anything that this you have to check. Don't make that I have to do, they have to do. Let's help ICSI to do this. So this is another part. And 30 days target, you do it and create. Advocacy, connect, which I told brochure, now, unko pay. For due diligence and other things, you can do. And one more thing, Ratan Tata has said, if you want to walk fast, because we are jumping for the second audit, you can run fast. But you have to walk far, then you have to work together. So this is not murgi ka anda ek hi baar kaatna hai. This is a work which we have to take it for future. And future of company secretary, which I was always saying, company law secretary will change. Entire India will respect us in different manner. Just you people have to control yourself, maintain yourself, and do it. And next is डरो मत. ओके, डरो मत, डर के आगे जीत. पढ़ने के लिए हम सोचते हैं ना, मैं पढ़ लिया. पढ़ने के लिए नाउ देयर इज अनदर मैसेज, अब पढ़ना पड़ेगा. त्यागी जी को भी पढ़ना पड़ेगा, सौरभ को भी पढ़ना पड़ेगा, मुझे भी पढ़ना पड़ेगा. और पढ़ो, और पढ़ो जिससे हमारे बच्चे भी पढ़े घर में. नाउ there's 2-3 things I will just want to tell. Everyone is different, but most people, they don't open their packaging. And second is parachute and mind. When it's open, it works. So we have to open this, and things will not happen. Things you have to make it happen. And every day is a new change, and you have to change. और फिर अगर तुमने किसी की ऑडिट की और ऑडिट को कोई पेनल्टी लग गई 10 लाख रुपए की, 25 लाख रुपए, कोई बात नहीं, या तो उसमें सक्सेस मिलेगी या कुछ शिक्षा मिलेगी, तो दोनों में से कुछ ना कुछ होगा। और डोंट थिंक कि मैं ये काम नहीं कर पाऊंगा। सो फ्रेंड्स, आई विल जस्ट क्लोज दिस एंड दिस इज माय फेवरेट थिंग, 80-20 theory. हमें वी हैव टू चेंज, वी हैव टू फोकस मोर ऑन प्लानिंग पार्ट एंड द compliance part, and see the horizon beyond company law. It's a time that we should think and we should do it. मल्टीपल चीजों की जगह फोकस उस पे जाओ जो हम लोग काम कर रहे हैं। प्रॉब्लम बिकम अपॉर्चुनिटी व्हेन राइट पीपल कम टुगेदर, एंड दिस इज ऑल्सो अनदर अपॉर्चुनिटी, एंड आई विल जस्ट शेयर द लिमिट ऑफ 5-10 of this issue is going on. And I was in Chartered Accountant Forum, and that time 20% limit was there, and I was advocating a 20% limit, and they were saying, why you are saying this too? Then I told, what is happening? You also realize you can't do audit of all companies, and then what will do the junior company secretary? But junior company secretary should also not go alone. They should tie up with some senior company secretary. उसका एक सिस्टम होगा, उसका एक स्ट्रक्चर होगा। हमारे को मेगा फॉर्म बनाओ, जो मैं पिछले 15 साल से बोल रहा हूँ, मेगा फॉर्म बनाओ, मेगा फॉर्म बनाओ, मल्टीपल लॉ का मेगा फॉर्म बनाओ। आप अपना अनाउंस करो किसी कंपनी को भेजने के लिए कि दिस इज माय 10 पार्टनर्स, one is expert in oil industry, one is expert in telecom, one is expert in this, and that person can do this. So make this so you can do it when you are coming together. Opportunities are unlimited, but you have to work with creative confidence and communication. मैं कल रात पे पेपर बना रहा था तो उसमें लिख रहा था, मैं खुद ही कृष्ण हूँ, खुद ही अर्जुन हूँ इस रण का, क्योंकि रोज अपना साथी बनके जीवन का महाभारत नहीं लड़ना। So you have to write your Mahabharat yourself, but make other people together so they can work out. It's a positive thinking, you just keep it. So you have to create your right thing in your mind, and then emerging scenario is coming up now. When I was giving this lecture, so I was telling everybody when Companies Act was there, and this, when opportunity doesn't knock your door, what you have to do? You have to build it. But now opportunity has knocked your door, but still have to get out from your seat and open the door. Thank you very much.